Most brokers will spend thousands of dollars to win a client. Then they'll celebrate the commission and never ask the one question that decides whether they're actually building a business. Here's the question. How much is that client really worth? And how much does it really cost to get them? If you can't answer both, you're not running a business, you're running a treadmill. In the next 8 minutes, I'm going to show you the 2 metrics every top producer we coach knows cold: client acquisition cost and lifetime value. The hidden inputs most brokers miss. The ratio that tells you if you're growing or just spinning, and the one number that will change how you spend your time tomorrow morning. Let's go. A few years back, I was coaching a broker. 15 years in, solid producer, closed about 1.3 million in GCI the year before, and then he told me he was working harder than ever before and falling behind. And so I asked him one question. What does it cost you to land a new client? He paused, looked at the ceiling, and then said, I don't know, maybe a few $100. And I asked him to add it up while we were on the call. Marketing, tech stack, events, the hours he spent on a pursuit, cost tied to lead gen. The real number was $2,840 per client. And he'd been chasing the wrong deals for 3 years and didn't even know it because no one had ever taught him the math. That's what we're fixing today. So what is CAC? CAC stands for client acquisition costs. For a broker, it's every dollar and every hour spent to land new clients. The distinction matters, and we'll come back to that. Most brokers underestimate their CAC by 60% or more because they only count the obvious stuff: the mailers, the event sponsorships, and of course, the CoStar subscription. But here are the 5 inputs you have to add up if you want the real number. 1, hard marketing spend. CoStar, LoopNet, paid ads, signage, printed mailers, your website, branding, gifts, sponsorships. 2, tech stack, allocated to prospecting, CRM, prospecting software, AI tools, data subscriptions, lead generation platforms. 3, the time. That's right, your time. This is almost what every broker skips. If you spend as few as 100 hours prospecting for new clients in a given year, just 2 hours a week, and your time's worth $400 an hour at your current production, that pursuit costs you $40,000 before you spend a single marketing dollar. 4, events, entertainment, ICSC, SAOR, lunches, steak dinners, greens fees, charity tables, all of it. 5, coaching, training, and team support tied to client acquisition, a piece of your assistant's payroll, maybe a new business development hire. Add those 5 up, divide by the number of new clients you actually landed in the last 12 months. That is your real CAC. For most brokers we coach, that number lands somewhere between a few $1,000s on the very low end and $5,000 on the high end. Some specialists in institutional capital markets are spending $15,000 per client, and that can still be a great deal. It can be. Just a quick timeout before we get to the rest of this video. Hope you're finding value. But look, if you're enjoying this video, we got so much to share on my YouTube channel. So subscribe right now. Hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified next time I bring you valuable content to help you make more money in less time. Okay, let's start with the rest of the video. Here's why. LTV, the number that changes everything. LTV stands for lifetime value. It's the total gross commission income a single client will generate for you across your entire relationship. This is where brokers leave money on the table because they think one client equals one deal. A client is not a deal. A client is a relationship that produces deals over time. LTV has 3 layers and most brokers just see the first one. So layer 1, direct commissions, what the client pays you across all their transactions with you. A landlord rep placing tenants in a small portfolio may be worth $30,000 to $70,000 over 5 years. A tenant rep client doing a renewal and an expansion might be $40,000 to $120,000. Institutional client doing capital markets, could be $250,000 plus easily. Layer 2, referrals. Your best client refers 2 more. Those 2 refer 1 each. The original client isn't worth 1 LTV, they're worth 3, 4, sometimes 10 LTVs once the referral chain compounds. Layer 3, cross-sell. They started as a tenant rep client, now they're buying, now they're selling, now they're introducing you to their partners. Every new line of business multiplies the LTV. Add those 3 layers up, a client your peers might value at $50,000 is actually worth $150,000 or more when you consider the full picture. And that's the iceberg. Most brokers price their effort against the tip. The top producer prices it against the entire thing. Layer 1 above the water, layer 2 and 3 below. Now, put them all together. This is the math that decides if you scale or you stall. Divide your LTV by your CAC. That's the ratio. 3 to 1 is the minimum to call yourself profitable. 5 to 1 and you're building real wealth. Anything under 2 to 1 and every new client is actually shrinking your business, even though it may feel like you're growing. Let me put the numbers on it. A CAC of $2,800 and LTV of $52,000. That's a ratio of 18 to 1. The broker can spend more, hire help, and compound. A CAC of $2,800 and LTV of $5,500. That's a 2 to 1 ratio. You're working hard, you're getting paid once, and you're burning out. Same effort, same hours, completely different business. The other number you need is your payback period. How fast does the dollar come back? If your CAC is paid in the first transaction, you can scale aggressively. If that takes 3 transactions to break even, you have a cash flow problem, not a growth problem. We had a coaching client last year, industrial broker, mid-market. His ratio was 1.8 to 1. He was working 60 hours a week and watching his bank account flatline. We didn't tell him to prospect harder. We told him to fire 40% of his pursuits. He stopped chasing the one-off sale leases. He doubled down on landlords with multiple building portfolios. His CAC went up. His LTV went up more. 12 months later, his ratio was 6 to 1. Same hours, different math. He took his real first vacation in 18 years. That's what knowing your numbers does. So here's your homework before our next video. Add up your real CAC, all 5 inputs. Don't cheat on time number either. Then list your top 10 clients from the last 3 years and write down their full LTVs, all 3 layers, and calculate the ratio. Now, if you're ready to significantly increase your income, check out our 6 steps to 7 figures video. The link is down below. And of course, if you want to schedule a free broker breakthrough strategy session with my team, we can't wait to learn more about your growth objectives. See you on the next video.